Here on Earth, spectacular splashes of color can be seen as autumn takes hold. It makes you want to bring the outside in. Here to show us how to arrange them in a symphony of a vibrant beauty is Toni Reale of Roadside Blooms. And you've brought us into your, it looks like a greenhouse with all those beautiful plants you have behind you.
Yes, well, you are seeing just a snippet of our plant shop. So Roadside Blooms, we do wedding florals, we do everyday arrangements, and we also have this really amazing plant shop where you can shop for even local gifts.
Oh, it's beautiful. And when fall comes around, I mean, springtime, it seems kind of like the fan favorite. You've got all kinds of flowers in bloom. Do you have a particular season that you're a fan of?
Absolutely. Dahlia season is hands down my favorite season. This is a dahlia actually grown on a farm called Petal Pickers up in Greenville, South Carolina. And dahlias they range the gamut between size, shape, colors. Some are rich, some are variegated. By far, dahlia season is the best season around here.
So beautiful. And while we do this interview, you're going to be making an arrangement for us. Can you tell us what you've got there to start the arrangement off with?
Roadside Blooms is committed to sourcing all of our blooms and greens in a sustainable way. So that means about 99% of everything we use for weddings and deliveries is either locally grown or American grown. And this is for reasons such as environmental reasons. We get about 80% of our blooms and greens imported from countries that have little to no environmental or labor laws. And so it's important to us and a pillar of the business that we source as sustainably as possible. So I've kind of grouped my items in terms of what has been foraged and what's local. And so we have some magnolia greens, which are kind of everywhere right now with a beautiful brown and green side. This is actually a piece of palm that we cut to make a fan shape. So I love that like sagey green color. This is actually dried okra, which is really fun, and it has the sound.
So does all okra dry that way?
Yes, I think if you dry it in a certain way, a farmer dried this for us. And so we haven't tried it here at the shop, but yeah. And there's beautiful, I have in the shop some beautiful burgundy fresh okra as well. These are berries that the crepe myrtles right now are producing. So that's a neat, fun texture. A lot of people around town have hydrangeas that are starting to dry out. And I love when hydrangeas get that little hint of burgundy on there. And this is a dried pennywort, also from Petal Pickers up in Greenville. And this is, I believe you say it is muley grass. It's that beautiful kind of burgundy grass that you'll start seeing pop up very soon.
Oh, it's so lovely, and it just creates that flow. So you've really kind of accumulated very different bits of nature to put into one arrangement. So I want to see how this is going to turn out. And you've created a vessel. So the vessel that you have there, it's like a bowl. And you can do all kinds of arrangements with different things, but it starts with the vessel that it goes in, and then you develop your design from there.
Absolutely, yes. And so I chose this vessel today because, one, I love pedestal vases that bring the arrangement a little bit off the table, and just wanted to show folks that you don't need to be a professional designer to make something beautiful. You can go and forage in your yard, or if you have some really nice neighbors, you can ask if you can cut a little piece of this and that. But I like to put a little bit of chicken wire in a ball in the arrangement, in the vessel, and put a little piece of tape over it. This is waterproof tape. You can get even at Michael's. And if you don't have chicken wire, you can make a grid. So
right. I've done the tape thing before. Now we only have about a couple minutes left, so I'm really curious to see how a professional puts together this arrangement that quickly. But while you're doing that, I wanted to ask you a couple other questions. Other flowers that are in bloom right now, I've noticed that the beauty berries, we talked about that just a few minutes before we got started, those are coming in bloom. They're so vibrant and purple and beautiful. What are some of the other flowers and plants that you like to include in arrangements?
Yes, actually, what I didn't show you is this really neat native spotted bee balm, which is really neat. I feel like, go explore outside and just cut whatever looks interesting. And I put together this arrangement for this fall-inspired tablescape.
Oh, isn't that beautiful? Through the magic of television, ladies and gentlemen, look at what you've created. Oh, that is so beautiful.
And then you can pair your tablescape. A lot of people have these kind of brass candlestick holders, and I chose black because I thought that would be really pretty and autumnal today. So this is the arrangement. We've got straw flower, the dahlias, the muhly grass. This is amaranth. And I designed it so that everything has a little bit of room, and everywhere you look, there's texture. And so,
So are there 3 rules? Because I know when you're doing a flower box, we met with these flower box ladies who do tremendous work downtown. They've got the thrillers, the fillers, and the spillers. Do you have the same kind of philosophy with these table arrangements?
I do. It is similar to that, and also whether you're designing in a flower box or if you're designing in this pedestal arrangement, for some reason, your artistic eye is drawn to odd increments of items. And so I have like 5 dahlias in here. I've got 1 of the fan palms. I have like 3 of the amaranth. And you kind of design it almost in a triangle. So you could either group things together in a little triangle or spread them out. But there is this sort of design kind of unspoken rule. That
it's so pleasing to the eye, Toni. You've done such a beautiful job of Roadside Blooms. I want to thank you so much for joining us today, and have a wonderful autumn. Thank you so much. We're back after this.